all year we said home ice would be key, and it certainly was.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most remarkable final performances by athletes who are about to walk away from the sport forever.
That just may be the sort of champagne toast to an extraordinary NFL Hall of Fame career.
Number 10, Pete Sampras. Out of all the ways to bow out of your sporting career, getting one over on a huge rival is hard to beat. Add in some huge competitive stakes, and that's a near-perfect ending. When Pete Sampras got the better of Andre Agassi to win his 14th Grand Slam title and 5th U.S. Open crown, it was a huge moment.
Pete Sampras, his 14th Grand Slam. How sweet it is.
His legacy was already in the running for GOAT honors, and this monumental retirement statement sealed it. To this day, you'd be hard-pressed to find a top 10 all-time tennis player list without a mention for this giant of the game.
This goal, I feel, is pure admiration for Sampras.
Number 9, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Following the untimely death of his father and coach, Abdul Manap, UFC lightweight king Khabib Nurmagomedov knew that his days in the sport were numbered. The general public had no idea that his UFC 254 clash with Justin Gaethje would be his final moments in the octagon. The Eagle was as dominant as you would expect, fighting through some dangerous leg kicks to eventually manhandle the highlight on the ground. He nearly finished him at the end of round 1, and when round 2 came, Khabib would not be denied for much longer. Hearing him retire at a perfect 29-0 was shocking, but his legacy is one that will no doubt stand the test of time. Number 8, Florence Griffith Joyner.
Well, after, let's say, 88, after I ran the 100 and 200, I felt I had reached my goals. Could I be motivated to continue to run the 1 and 2? No, my heart was set on running the 400 meters in 1992. But I didn't.
It's one thing to retire while you're the best in the world, but doing so just after literally revolutionizing the game, that's a different kind of flex. For Florence Griffith Joyner, she absolutely blew the competition out of the water at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. By the time the dust had settled, she had claimed 3 gold medals. Her performances at the event were credited with setting new benchmarks. Her unparalleled results combined perfectly with a breakthrough approach to personal style and expression. She retired abruptly shortly after, leaving the game behind at age 29 to pursue other interests. Number 7, Bill Russell.
There you see Bill Russell at the other end of the floor, taking advantage of the timeout to rest up a little bit for the closing moments. Russell also with 5 fouls.
No athlete in basketball history has had the type of championship success that Bill Russell did. As the leader of a particularly dominant Boston Celtics team, Russell won a staggering 11 championship rings during his career. Given his knack for finding his way to the peak of the mountain, it should come as no surprise that his last pro appearance was Game 7 of the 1969 NBA Finals.
Russell was the ultimate team player and was part of the team, inbred into the team, woven into the team more than anybody else that I've ever known, ever in any sport whatsoever.
With their fierce rivals, the LA Lakers, in front of them, Russell, who was player-coach at this point, fought off the mighty Wilt Chamberlain to win the game. His frankly insane consistency over his 13-year career will likely never be replicated.
I told these guys before the game, I don't care what happens, I wouldn't trade you guys for any guys in the world.
Number 6, Ray Bourque.
The excitement continues to build. There's a buzz in the air because this is the grand finale.
If you're going to struggle through your entire career to try and finally win the Stanley Cup, you might as well make your eventual breakthrough as dramatic as can be. For Ray Bourque, despite clearly being an elite player, his 21 seasons with the Boston Bruins didn't produce a single championship win. For most players, having a 2-decade-plus run without gold might be enough for them to take the hint.
It was pretty neat the way I lived those last few days, Game 6 and 7, in terms of taking everything in because I knew that was it for me.
However, Bourque moved to the Colorado Avalanche and somehow played a key role in a 2001 Stanley Cup win. This, as it turned out, would be his final action as a pro. Out of all the ways to cap off a long career, this one will take some beating.
And after 22 years, Raymond Mark!
Number 5, Rocky Marciano.
There's no doubt both fighters are tired. No doubt. And they should be.
When it comes to legendary heavyweight goodbyes, Lennox Lewis certainly almost got our vote. The unbeaten icon Rocky Marciano took home the top spot in the end, though. Few fighters in the history of boxing have displayed the type of grit that Marciano did. He plied his trade for years before he got the recognition he deserved, and thankfully, he ended his career on his own terms. There was no long and ugly decline for this revered warrior. Marciano met the great Archie Moore in his 49th fight, suffering an early knockdown that nearly derailed everything. Rocky fought through it, though, eventually KOing Moore in round 9 before calling it quits at the peak of his powers.
You see, when I first thought that I could get to the top of the heap in boxing,
I not only wanted to be a good champion, but I wanted to become a worthy title holder.
What's that? What sense do you mean that?
Well, I wanted to give anyone who deserved the chance in there to fight for the title a chance.
Number 4, Ted Williams.
It's the 8th inning, and he knew this was his last time at the plate.
People realized they were suddenly seeing Ted Williams for the last time.
If you ask Ted Williams to describe his ideal final statement on the baseball field, he'd have a hard time topping what actually happened in reality. In his last at-bat during the 8th inning, Williams hit a solo home run off Jack Fisher before leaving the game. It was the 521st of his career.
Fisher throws the ball.
After years of not making the gesture of tipping his hat to the Boston fans due to a distaste for their fickle nature, would Williams break his own rule to mark the occasion? As it turned out, no. He left the field with all the principles intact, not changing his attitude whether they were booing or cheering him. Number 3, John Elway.
He gets up with a big smile on his face, and why not? His club is in front 30-6. Proud of you, bud. Love you. Thank you. Wow.
As an athlete, when you're reaching the far end of your 30s, it's only natural that performance starts to drop off. That said, the really special ones know how to extend their shelf life by adapting their game. John Elway proved his caliber beyond any doubt at the age of 38 by leading the Denver Broncos to glory at Super Bowl 33.
Denver's first play after the missed field goal. Elway going deep, and he's got Rod Smith. And Smith's gone.
He played a starring role on that night, showing elite passing and even scoring a rushing touchdown. It was just about as memorable a swan song as can be, and his retirement shortly after felt very well earned.
This is hard. There's an over-under in the locker room from what I heard last night on how many times I'm going to cry. So I'm trying to bet on the under.
Number 2, Mark Spitz.
They're going to call you chicken if you don't swim. You are the world record holder. And the premier Olympic swimming event is the 100 freestyle. So if somebody else wins the 100 free, they're going to be known as the fastest swimmer in the world. It's like the 100 dash in track and field. I mean, you're known as the fastest athlete.
The vast majority of athletes go through entire careers without having a fraction of the success that Mark Spitz had in his final Olympics appearance in 1972. 7 gold medals with 7 new world records set in the process. That's a different level of dominance. His last actual race was the 4x100 meter medley relay, where he played a part in Team USA winning gold and setting a new record. After that, he decided to end his career, while barely in his athletic prime. Okay, sure, we're breaking our own rule because he did technically attempt to qualify for the 1992 team 20 years later. We'll make an exception though, because realistically, his career was done and dusted by age 22.
That last stroke was 100% right up into that last stroke. I could hardly get out of the water.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Kobe Bryant.
To the basket, Kobe.
They wanted a dunk, though. Yeah, they're happy with the hoop.
By the time the idea of retirement ever crossed the late, great Kobe Bryant's mind, his position as one of the finest players in history was already sealed. Though the Lakers were having an abysmal 2016 season, the final game they played that year will be remembered for all eternity. Bryant, at the age of 37, knew his race was run.
Final minute 30. Bryant from 14 has 53. Unbelievable stuff tonight.
So in one unexpected masterclass, he scored 60 points on the Utah Jazz, even by Bryant's usual standards. This was a tour de force, a fitting conclusion to one of basketball's greatest careers. His tragic death in 2020 makes this parting gift to the fans all the more powerful to revisit. But which legendary final performance stands out in your memory? Let us know in the comments section below.